So let's now create a reusable input for our description field, and this is going to be super easy. So what we'll do is we'll go into our form folder inside our common folder, and I'm just going to create a new file and call this one text area inputs.tsx. And once again I'll just type in RAFC to get the structure for this. And this is going to be incredibly similar to the text input field. So I'm just going to be a bit lazy and copy a lot of what's going on inside here and just paste it into my text area input. We need the same things. We need the field render props, we need the form field props, and the form and the label, and we also need the same interface in here, although we will change the type of the element. So I'm just going to paste all of this into my text area input. And instead of a HTML input element, this is going to be an HTML text area element. And we also need to specify this is a React functional component, and we can pass in our iProps. I'm also going to get the destructured properties from our text input and also copy these into my clipboard, take the whole object and paste this inside my text area input. Just one thing we need to change, we don't need the type because it's always going to be a text area element, but instead we'll add a rows property inside here. And then what I'm going to do is you do more copy and pasting. I'm going to grab my form field from the text input and paste this inside here and just remove the type because we're not using that. And instead of an input field, this is going to be a text area input. So I'll specify text area, and then the only thing we need to do is add the rows equal to the rows. And just reformat, and the rest of this pretty much stays the same. We still use the placeholder, we still spread all of our input properties across here, and we'll still use the width. Everything else is going to be the same, including our validation as well. So let's go and add this to our activity form, and where we've got our description, let's change this for text area inputs. And that doesn't seem to want to automatically import it. So I'll just come up and import this manually and make this a text area input, and same for this as well. And just make sure there's no errors. And the only other thing we'll do to change this is we'll just add the rows in here as well. And we'll set the rows equal to 3. And if we go take a look, we should find that our form now has a text area input. And we should be able to type in this and submit, and that works fine. So the next input we'll look at is our select input. And it's slightly more complicated, but not too much so. And we'll take a look at that next.